Hi guys, welcome to the Good Life Plan. I am Sudipta and tonight we celebrate freedom. तो फ्रीडम सबको पता है इज़ अ प्रिविलेज, पर सवाल ये है कि इज़ इट अ प्रिविलेज दैट वी जस्ट एंजॉय और अ ट्रेजर दैट वी प्रोटेक्ट और इज़ इट अ प्लेटफॉर्म ऑन विच वी स्टैंड, एक्सपैंड एंड इवॉल्व. तो हर इंडिपेंडेंस डे से पहले हम आपस में ये सवाल ज़रूर करते हैं और इस बार हमने सोचा कि गुड लाइफ प्लान में आपसे हम अपने व्यूज़ शेयर करें और साथ में मैं ये एक्सपेक्ट भी करती हूँ कि आप अपने व्यूज़ भी हमारे साथ शेयर करें, हमें लिख के बताएं, हमें कमेंट करें. तो एपिसोड शुरू करते हैं प्रतीक के साथ. सो प्रतीक, व्हाट इज़ फ्रीडम फॉर यू?
So this question has been haunting me since 1989. And how it all began, I appeared for my NIFT interview, and there were almost 11 people, if I recollect correctly, sitting to tear me apart. And on the panel was a psychologist, Mr. Pulin Garg, very famous psychologist from National Institute of Design. So he was going through our psychological evaluations, which we had done in our written test. They had just given us boxes with lines, and we had to just make images out of it. And after looking at my images, he said, "Prateek, you are a very strange person. What is it that you want?" And I replied, "Sir, I want to be free." Everybody started laughing. And I felt very silly at that point. So after they stopped their 30 seconds of laughter, Mr. Garg said, "I'll give you 2 minutes of total freedom. Do whatever you want." And I was like blabbering, what should I do? And since then, that question has haunted me. I gave another silly answer. I will not share that answer with you, which evoked further laughter amongst the panelists. Anyway, everything went off well and I got selected, and that was the end. But that question has haunted me. The second thing which comes to mind when I speak of freedom is Tom Petty's song called "Free Falling." She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus in America too. I'm a bad boy. I don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart because I'm free falling. So is freedom kind of a rebellion? For most it is. But freedom, I've realized since 1989, thinking of it for so long, always has a frame of reference. Freedom from what? But that what sets the frame. Even in physics, there are many degrees of freedom, and actually when I was studying degrees of freedom before I painted a picture. So there are 2 degrees of freedom, Lagrangian and Hamiltonian, very fancy names. But what they describe again is a physical state of a particle with reference to something, either its position or velocity or momentum or everything. So freedom, I don't think there's anything other than a neutrino which is truly free. But the neutrinos are, billions of them are passing through you and me at this moment, and nothing stops them. Other than that, I don't know of anything that is truly free. However, freedom to a large extent can give happiness, but that has to be earned. And I give you an example. I am trying to learn guitar, and I'm plucking those strings and practicing them to be free, to be able to play a song without having to look at the book. You know, so far only the C major chord I can play. The other thing, everything else I have to look whether it's F or G or A or B or whatever it is. But the more I practice, the more proficient I get, the more hard earned it is, and the freer I will be. My second endeavor these days is to free my mind of thoughts, almost impossible to do. And that is what actually Lord Krishna told Arjun when he was trying to convince him to fight his own cousins and his own family, is to free his mind of thoughts and the illusions of this world. However, I believe freedom is a comparative illusion and a personal delusion. So that's what freedom is for me.
So now it's Prithvi's turn to tell us what is freedom for him. So Prithvi, तुम्हारे लिए freedom क्या है?
My freedom for me is to sing a song which I like, to dance and to play guitar.
And Prithvi, what is not freedom for you?
Not freedom for me is to learn the subjects which I don't like.
Or don't like, or you don't relate to?
Don't relate to.
Oh. So Mom, what is freedom for you?
Freedom for me to learn anything I like, even at this age.
Now we are singing Independence Day medley. Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayaj Shitalam, Shashya Shamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Shubhra Jyotsna Pulakitayamini, Pulla Kushumita Dhrumadara Shobhini, Suhasini Sumadhura Bhashini, Sukadam Varanam Mataram, Vande Mataram.
तेरे दामन से जो आए उन हवाओं को सलाम, झूम लूं मैं उस जुबां को जिस पे आए तेरा नाम, तो सबसे प्यारी सुबह तेरी, सबसे रंगी तेरी शाम, तुझ पे दिल कुर्बान, तू ही मेरी आरज़ू, तू ही मेरी आबरू, तू ही मेरी जान, है मेरे प्यारे वतन, है मेरे बिछड़े चमन, तुझ पे दिल कुर्बान।
जब काली घटा जाए ओढ़े ओढ़े ओ अंधेरा सच को निगल जाए, जब दुनिया सारी डर के आगे सर अपना झुकाए, जब दुनिया सारी डर के आगे सर अपना झुकाए, तू शोला बन जा जो खुद जल के जहाँ रोशन करे তবে একলা চলো রে যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো রে যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে हाँ ये रास्ता है तेरा तूने अब जाना है हाँ ये सपना है तेरा तूने पहचाना है तुझे अब ये दिखाना है মুক্ত করো ভয় আপনা মাঝে শক্তি ধরো নিজের করো জয় সংকোচের বিহ্বলতা নিজের অপমান সংকটের কল্পনাতে হয়েও না ম্রিয়মানা দুর্বলের রক্ষা করো দুর্জনের হানো নিজের দিন নিঃসহায় যেন কবু না জানো মুক্ত করো ভয় নিজের ভারে করিতে বড় নারিক সংশয় সংকোচের বিহ্বলতা নিজের অপমান সংকটের কল্পনাতে হয়েও না ম্রিয়মানা জয় হে জয় হে জয় হে জয় 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 হে
So every year, Independence Day, we keep asking ourselves this question: that what is freedom, what is it, and what do we want to be free from, free to do what? And our answers keep evolving, answers keep changing. Idea ये है that we discard old patterns and embrace new ones. And let me also tell you, ये सुनने में जितना अच्छा लग रहा है, आसान लग रहा है करने में, उतना ही मुश्किल है. But then we persevere, we persist, because the true essence of freedom is to expand and evolve. So with that, I come to the end of this episode. और इस Independence Day में Good Life Plan की तरफ से I send you abundant strength to let go of all that you are not, so that you can make space for all that you can be. Thank you very much and good night.